Even to this day, I still catch myself thinking about texting her.
You know, what would he be like? He would have been 27 years old this year.
I miss her smile. I miss the way we got up together.
Would he have been married? Would he have had children? All of those things that I'll never know.
My name is Tim Webb. I live in Blount County, Rockford area. I have 3 wonderful kids, 2 boys and a girl. And I lost my girl. She passed away of a drug overdose on the 23rd of May. This is the way that I remember. This is her when she had my grandchild. Brooke was a wonderful girl. She was an incredible piano player. She played in church and sang. I played bass guitar. And her mother played the drums. It was kind of like the family musicians at the church. She was Daddy's girl.
This is Dane's bedroom. He passed away 4 years ago, but when I come up here to think about changing it, I freeze. I just can't. I'm Jan McCoy, and I'm an addict's mom. My son Dane passed away 4 years ago from an overdose. He was addicted to pain pills, and from there he went to heroin. It was cheaper and easier for him to get. And since he passed away, I've been trying to figure out what went wrong. He was a smart kid. He played football for Melville High School. He was on varsity for 4 years. Dressing out as a freshman was huge. I have a little pillow in the closet that still smells like Dane that if I'm really feeling like I need him, I go in there and squeeze that. It's a little squishy pillow. Maybe that's one of the other reasons that I keep in this room is because I don't have to look at it every single day. But it's here when I want it.
I was sitting on my couch last Thanksgiving morning about 9 o'clock, and I heard an ambulance go down the road, and I thought, man, what a bad time of the year for somebody to have to go to the hospital. Little did I know that was an ambulance going to pick up my ex-wife. We were married for almost 17 years. We had the 3 children. By the time they got there, she had passed away from an overdose of opioids. It was the hardest on my daughter. My 2 boys took it very hard too, but not anything like Brooke did. They leaned on each other, they depended on each other for everything, and including the drugs. And it got so bad that they could not go to any hospital in East Tennessee and get anything stronger than ibuprofen. When that happened, then Brooke started finding other things and stronger things, and her mother was there with her too.
He started getting secretive with me after football season of his senior year in high school, and I thought it was because he didn't know what he wanted to do. And all of his friends were talking about going away to college, and he didn't want to go away. And we found out that he had a prescription from a pain clinic in Blount County for 120 oxycodone. And I think the lure of the money, selling it, was a lot for him, for a 19-year-old at that time. But he had a standing appointment every month with this pain clinic. It wasn't long before he was addicted to these pills, and then it was just a battle.
It was a very traumatic time. I looked at everything through kind of rose-colored glasses, if you will. I saw what I wanted to see. I didn't see what I didn't want to see. I didn't believe half of what I was being told. And Brooke would lie to me. The worst thing a parent can say is, not my child. And that's exactly what I would say. No, not Brooke, not Brooke. Too busy in church, too involved in helping other people to be involved in heroin. They were telling me things that if I had acted then, I could have done something, but I didn't.
Witnessing addiction is gut-wrenching. Seeing my son struggle was really one of the most difficult things a mother can watch. When your child is sick, you want to take care of them. I knew he was sick, but I didn't know how to take care of him. And the last time that he went into rehab, he said to me, Mom, I'm tired of going to rehab. And of course, I didn't know what to say other than, you've got to figure this out, son. You've got to figure out why you're using. I've learned a lot since then, and I think my conversation would have been different with him. I think telling him that his brain needs time to heal, that those cravings are there and he needs to be around people that understand that longer. He had only been home for rehab for 2 days. And he told me he was going to a meeting, which is like an NA meeting or an AA meeting. And when he wasn't home, I sent him a text and asked him, please don't be late. And immediately my phone rang. It was one of his friends. Said that Dane had passed out. And I said, take him to the hospital. Call an ambulance. I'll wake his dad up and we'll meet you at the hospital. And the doctor came in and said that they had been working on Dane for 45 minutes and they had a very faint heartbeat. My husband knew, and he said, so what you're asking us is to give you permission to pull the plug. And basically he was DOA. My world that night was turned upside down. I didn't know what hit me. I just never thought it would take his life. I never thought it was that powerful.
On the 23rd of May, police knocked on my door and I let them in. The police officer told me that her mother passed away from prescription pain pills and a large amount of morphine. Well, the same officer told me that Brooke had left from an overdose of heroin that was laced with fentanyl. The hardest thing I've ever been through. And in ways it's getting easier, and in other ways it's not. The very time that Jan contacted me was one of the times that I really didn't want to talk to anybody on the phone. But I did, and I'm so glad I did. Basically saved my life. I can see that through all of this, God's got a purpose. God is using Jan to reach people, and she's doing a phenomenal job. And I'm just opening myself up to allow God to use me any way that he needs to.
It's healing for me. My quest has been to figure out how Dane and I can still help people. And I say that because I pray every night that God would tell me what to do that will glorify him and honor the love that I still have for my son Dane. One thing I've learned about a mother-child relationship is that it never dies. But the problem is there are so many more mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, sons, and daughters that are dying from this. So many more than there were 4 years ago. So what do? Instead of worrying about saving 200 people per day, let's just go after that one more. Just that one more person. And I know there's a story in the Bible about the 99, and Jesus went and looked for the one, the lamb. I can't do it all, but I can do my part, and I want to do my part. And if it helps just one more, then we're doing it.